Hey guys, today we are sharing 3 of our favorite road tripping foods and taking you along with us to Sequoia National Park.
I'll have a whole lot of fun. Here we go.
Hey guys, it is early in the morning, at least for us. I think it's 7:30 in the morning. We had these grand ideas that we were going to be up at 5:30. It just didn't happen.
We said that we come all the way up here, we were going to see big trees.
Yes.
And we're going to see big trees.
Dang it.
Even if it means we have to drive a half a day's journey.
Yes. So when we found out that the trail to 100 Giants was closed, we decided that we wanted to go and see the
Big trees.
the big trees, and we realized that even though on a map it looks like the national park is really close to us, the roads to get to the national park are really far away. So we're driving a major road trip today so we can go to the national park, but because we're going to be on the road so much, I decided to make some of our favorite road trip foods, including for breakfast this morning. That's our first food. I made our breakfast burritos, which is what Mikey has right now, because food keeps our campers happy. So what I did, and we'll show you links below, and then also the pictures of the actual food. What I did is I made our air fryer bacon last night, and I made a batch of our Crockpot scrambled eggs, and then just put them in the fridge and assembled the burritos really quickly in the morning. And ta-da! We we now have we now have breakfast burritos this morning to get everybody started off on the right foot, so we're gonna have a really hard day of driving. So we want to have lots of yummy food in our tummy. And
breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So you don't want to go without eating breakfast, especially when you say the night before, we have a 4-hour journey ahead of us. So we're getting up at 5:30 in the morning. So my wife stays up late and makes us breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
in the cooler.
And then, so since we made these plans of getting up at 5:30 in the morning, we were up at 7:30.
No,
In
we
true
were
Goode
out.
fashion.
We were out the door at.
Well, out the door at 7:30. We were supposed to be in the truck at 6.
Yeah, and we were up at 6:30. Anyhow, so throughout this video, we're going to share with you, as we eat our road food, we're going to share with you the recipes and the links to them. So hopefully you can have yummy food whenever you go on a road trip. But we also want to share with you this journey, the road trip part of the journey, and then also our trip to the national forest that we know will be worth it once we get there. Not national forest. See, I messed it up again. That's how we got in this predicament.
As far as we know, we're in Alaska.
No.
No, still too cold up there.
Alrighty, well here we go.
There are cows in the road.
I think.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is new. Oh gosh. The door's going crazy, and there are cows in the road.
As long as they don't hit us.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Oh my gosh, I don't know what else to say. This is the coolest, craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Hello? Could you move? Move! This is too funny.
A river of cows.
You know, this is like the coolest dang thing I've seen since we've been on this trip.
Awesome.
A cattle drive. Indiana. Yeah. We've been to Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, Southern California, and then here. This is the coolest thing yet. This reminds me of back home. Thank you. Glad you enjoyed it then. Have a good Easter.
So, I shut the camera off because I don't know about y'all, but I was getting a little seasick going through all the windies. So then we drive for the next half hour, 40 minutes, and it was nothing other than more windy and countryside and mountains, and then cattle drive out of the middle of nowhere.
We found ourselves right smack dab in the middle.
Yeah, cowboys with their wives and kids drinking beer. Well, the kids weren't drinking beer, but you know, hey, if cowboys want to drink beer, I don't care if they drink beer on a Sunday morning. But cattle drive right in the middle of the road.
Yep. Awesome.
This is why you drive slow on them mountain roads.
Well, that, and so you don't fall to your impending doom.
Well, yeah, there's that too. We pull up. We were driving, and there's people on horses. Okay, fine. And then we go around the corner, and they're looking at me like, I wonder if they know what they're getting into. And we come around the corner, and there must have been, what, 50, 100 head of cattle? Mm-hmm. And then some cowboys in the rear driving them on up.
In case you were wondering what to do, you just
Stop.
You stop, or you go slowly and let the cows go around you.
Yes. Yes, cows, I believe, would have the right of way in a situation like this. And you could tell they've been driving them for quite some time. I have a feeling I'm going to need to wash my truck soon. And then, of course, Octavius was freaking out.
Well, he's a cattle dog, right? He wanted to help herd.
He's a rat dog. he herds rats, but he was freaking out. But that's okay. We told him to get over it. We told him to get along, little doggy. All right, we're going on now.
See snow.
Ah! There's snow!
I told you.
It's 16 degrees. Oh.
The trees are getting bigger.
Oh my gosh. Entering giant forest. No kid. Oh my lord.
My gosh.
There's
yeah.
something in that tree.
Here's what?
Look at the size of that tree, Cris.
Gosh.
So what's your name?
Addie.
Addie? How do you spell that?
A-D-D-I-E.
A-D-D-I-E. Okay. So what's your favorite thing that you've seen in the park so far?
We've seen a couple of the big trees. We kind of just got here. We woke up at 6:30 because it's a 4-hour drive from our campsite.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you've just seen the big tree so far?
Yes.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Do you like berries?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of berry?
Grapes.
Grapes?
It was like a mix between red and green grapes.
Oh, nice. So what if you bring like a bag of grapes into the park, and we have in the summertime a bunch of blackberries that frequent the grove, right? We don't want you to share any of your grapes with any of our blackberries. Why do you think that is? What would the bears start thinking of people?
Food.
Yeah.
Food givers.
Right, yeah, for the most part.
Like Octavius and the dingoes.
Yes. We have a dog.
Yeah. So does he beg for food?
Yes.
Every time he
Especially
eats?
when mom's cooking.
Right, yeah, sits there and stares.
Yep.
Because typically, whenever a black bear sneaks up on, or just wants food, wants to investigate a campsite, they just mosey right on into the campsite, which is why, in the Park Service, anytime a black bear comes into the campsite, what we want you to do is bang pots and pans together, make yourself as big and as loud as possible. Name for me 3 kinds of trees you can find in Sequoia National Park.
Okay, so sequoia.
Yes.
Pine trees?
Yeah, we have pine trees here. All right. And then last one. What kind of trees produce acorns?
Oak trees.
Oak trees. We got oak trees here as well. All right. So, ADDIE?
Yes.
And you've done this before?
Yes.
Okay.
Many times. I have
So
a
you know the
truck.
rigmarole, right? The only way that I can give you your badge is if I officially deputize you and swear you're familiar with it. And we do have this Junior Ranger pledge in the back of the book, but the only thing is I don't like it. I like to make it my own.
Yeah, I heard you doing it with some other kids.
Okay, good. Yeah, so you know
I'm
what I'm
kind
going
of
to say.
creating a plan with.
No plans. Do you want the badge or not?
Sorry, like.
It's the plain outside more that you got a problem with, right? All right, we can keep it short and simple. Since you already know my ploy. Say I.
I.
As a Junior Ranger of Sequoia National Park.
Of Sequoia National Park.
Promise
Promise
to respect and protect
to respect and protect
my national parks.
my national parks.
And most importantly,
And most importantly,
enjoy myself
enjoy myself
and have fun in it.
and have fun.
And then, just as a little side note, have you been enjoying yourself and having fun in this? Okay, back to the point. I also promise
I also promise
to share
to share
some of the things I've seen,
the things that I've seen.
such as ridiculously big trees.
Such as ridiculously big trees.
With my friends
My friends
and family
and family
at home.
at home.
All right, that sounds good.
All right.
And congratulations.
So I'm here with Ranger
Daniel?
Daniel. Are you the only ranger around here?
Well, I'm the only ranger stationed here in the building today.
Does that make you the lone ranger?
Yes.
Lunchtime.
So another meal that we like to do if we go camping, and this is a throwback to when you were a kid.
Yes. Cold chicken. Cold fried chicken.
Fried chicken is a staple on a camping trip.
Yes. And so this is an easy way for us to be able to eat. Do you want some?
Chicken leg, big old chicken leg.
Yes.
Gets bigger closer I get to that camera.
Kind of like the trees. You see what I
these
did
taste
there?
better.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're just having it with some guac and some bell peppers.
And we're eating this on Sunday, and it's Easter Sunday, so technically it's holy guacamole.
But no, whenever I was a kid, before we would leave on any of our family vacations, my mom would make 2 things. Well, 3 things. One is fried chicken, and then she'd put it in the refrigerator, and then we'd have cold chicken in the truck so that we could have a quick and easy meal. And then she would also make her zucchini bars, which I think are on Goodness Gracious. I'll have to look. And then she'd also make her caramel popcorn, which isn't on anything yet. So
That should be.
We need to get that on there. But those are kind of like were our staples. Since we're eating low carb, I have low carb air fryer fried chicken, which is good. My campers are happy.
I'm picky about my chicken, and this is a good chicken.
And then we got my whole guacamole with some bell peppers. So that's what we're having for lunch. And this park is really busy. We keep saying that, but we're like in the spring break kind of holiday weekend.
I circled this thing 5 times just to get a parking spot, and I got lucky.
Yes, he got a really good spot. So we're going to just park here and eat real quick because we need to keep the bear happy. Wait a minute. That ranger told me not to feed the bears.
Clang, clang, clang.
Here we go. So Miss Ad is gonna show me around the museum that they got to check out, and then we're gonna go hopefully check out General Sherman. Are you ready?
Yep, here we go.
She's stealing nuts out of my pocket. Little chipmunk. It's like 68 degrees up here in the top of the mountains, but look at all that snow. People were having snowball fights. People were sledding down the hills. This is awesome. Holy moly. Take a look at that great big tree. Oh, wow. Oh!
Bullseye!
Kids got aim. I'll give her that.
Bullseye. This is Snow Joe right here.
Oh, while we're driving through all these giants, reminds me, if you guys leave comments down below, then we will randomly select 5 to send more postcards from our travels.
So leave a comment down below and tell me, how does my beard look today?
I'm sorry. Or you could leave any comment.
Any comment will work, but seriously, I brushed it this morning.
It's looking awfully gray with all this road driving.
That's age. And that's definitely driving on these roads. I think it got me a few more gray hairs.
I think Octavius has some commentary.
I think he just wants to get out of the truck and run around for a minute. All them big trees, I'd want to pee on them too.
Well, he's not allowed to do that.
Neither am I.
No, we saw in the pamphlet, because we're always giving you the lowdown on the dog situation. We saw in the pamphlet that when you're in the national park, dogs are not allowed on the trail, but when you're in the national forest, they are. So that's kind of the general rule of thumb.
Did you know that the giant sequoia trees can live as long as 3,000 years old?
Wow.
And the seed of a sequoia tree is about the size of an oat. It's that small, but the trees release millions of seeds, and then it's like a lottery whether they grow or not. But it's so cool that in the grain, no bigger than an oat, maybe like a kernel of corn somewhere in the middle, contains the genetic coding to grow something that could be, General Sherman's 300 feet tall.
Well, that's so interesting that a general came from a colonel.
I can't beat that. Oh, you're so proud of yourself on that one.
I am. I was like, oh, is he going to say it? Then you didn't even think of it. Woo! Woo! The little hike down here, and we keep going down and down and down, which makes me think coming back is going to be up and up and up. she drum rolling? Oh. Just the largest thing on Earth. Or the largest living tree on Earth. That's all.
Houston, we may have a problem.
Houston?
Listen. We're gonna let it sit here for a minute. One more time. That's the sound of a dead battery. Because we left the keys on while we were both sitting in the truck. To like charge our phones and batteries and stuff.
No, we weren't. I wasn't trying to charge anything.
Well, don't blame it on me. I was out hiking the General Sherman.
Same here.
Anyway, it goes. This isn't the most ideal place to like not have a battery in your truck. This may be a 2-day trip, y'all. Oh, we're still taping. Dear Lord, please let our truck start. Hallelujah.
The sun is shining on your face.
Oh my gosh, that's perfect.
To the cow.
Hang on. We need to explain what happened. So, they say dogs aren't allowed on these trails. Now, being on those trails, like, everybody was ignoring those rules. But we didn't either know that, or I'm not sure that we would have even broke the rules had we known that. So, we were taking turns, hanging out in the car with the dog while,
we were co-parenting.
We were co-parenting both our child and our dog and daddy. And so, apparently you were charging something.
I was charging my phone and the other camera battery.
I did not know. When we switched off, I didn't know that anything was charging. So I just went to sleep. And I didn't know, like, we didn't communicate. We miscommunicated. And so...
we failed to plan. What happens when you fail to plan? You plan to fail.
So, we are very lucky right now.
I think the term is blessed.
Yes, that prayer worked.
Yeah.
So,
So now, I say we're headed back. We're going to go down to the bottom. And we're all hungry again. So we've got another meal planned for you guys. And then we're going to head back to the car. I'm exhausted. It is 7,000 foot up in the air up here. And it's thin. And I'm not. And it's hard to breathe.
I think it's hard to breathe for
Dude,
everybody.
we get back down to sea level, I'm going to feel like Superman.
So, here we go. We may not shut the truck off. So, we decided to forego the picnic stop because it was really, really, really busy.
And we're 4 hours away from the camp.
Yes, and we didn't want to drive all of these crazy roads back in the dark.
Could you imagine driving up on them cows in the dark?
So
That would put you in a bad mood.
So we grabbed a little extra chicken to hold us through, and then what I had prepared for dinner, we are actually going to have back at the camper, but I'm not going to have to make it from scratch. I can just heat it up, and that will be our road food when we get off the road.
Hey, did you hear about the cow that turned into a princess?
I thought...
She lived happily ever after.
Oh my goodness.
I made that up just now.
You know what? You can't beat my joke from earlier today. I'm just saying.
Wait, hold on. What was the joke again?
You remember?
I remember it.
What was my joke, Mike?
I can't remember. Seriously. What is it?
Do you remember?
Where the General Sherman was sprouted from a kernel.
See?
What's a kernel?
It really sticks with you, doesn't it? Good joke like that. Alrighty, well, we're gonna head back to the cow, and then you're gonna see our last recipe of our 3 favorite road foods. So here we go.
Somebody's a little tired because the 4-hour drive to get back here was, and then
You said it was like playing a video
And then-
game. You're doing a dance.
I'm dizzy. So one of the other things that we like to pack on our camping trips, even though we're back in our camper kitchen because we decided to hightail it back home, low-tail it back home, it wasn't that fast. But one of the things we also like to make that we can make ahead is our cheeseburger salad ground beef mix, which is pretty much ground beef and cheese
Yes.
with some spices. And
Yes.
I better start here. By the way, we're in a campground with lots of other people, and it seems like the neighbors next door are having a good time, if you know what I mean. Really good time. So,
But this is what we put on our cheeseburger salad usually, but we also like to pack it with us and then
Yes.
stop at a rest area.
kick on our propane stove.
Our propane, like our Coleman stove, like we talked about, like my mom and dad had. And then we can quickly heat it up in a skillet and make for yummy cheeseburgers.
I should have shook that up. I got the mustard water. You ever get the mustard water when you're making hot dogs or whatever?
Ew.
Mustard water, not good. And then the last thing I like to put on mine is I got my mayo, my meat, my mustard, and then my Worcestershire sauce.
And see, I just like it the way it is. And
She likes it plain. I like mine dressed up.
Sometimes I eat mine with guacamole, or I'll have dill pickles.
Somebody just fell over us. They're having a real good time tonight. But this is what we do. And I'm glad that it was already made up and ready to go because I'm going to eat this and probably crash.
Yes.
That was a hard 8 hours of driving.
Yes.
Plus the hike,
But was it worth it?
plus the cows. Oh, yes. It was totally worth
Yes.
it. Even that really, really, really good joke that you told about the colonel versus the general.
That, and you got to be a you got to be a cowboy today. You helped herd them cows the wrong way,
I was going the wrong way.
but you got the manure on your mud flaps to prove it.
I do. Sometimes you got to go through a world of crap to find something cool. And we found General Sherman today. We love you guys. We thank you for watching our trip, wherever we go. And this is where I talk with my mouth full. Sorry, some people aren't going to like this. Anyway, you didn't know it's going to be a seafood dish, did you? If you would, give us a like down below. If you haven't become a member of the Crock Posse, we don't know what you're waiting on. All you gotta do is click that little subscribe button. Right next to the subscribe button is my ding-a-ling. Click it, and you'll know exactly when we put something up, anytime we do. Also, whatever you do, laugh often,
Eat good food.
speak life. See y'all.
Where are we going? Would you stop? Are you going to eat that or inhale it?
I'm hungry. I did a lot of this, a lot of this, and a lot of this.
Are we sure we're on the right road?
Snakes chasing cars next 20 miles.
Chains may be required at any time. It's like you're going to your doom, is what these signs look like.
This is gonna be so much fun to edit.
I'm really confused.
Your
'cause I thought-
intro was a massive squirrel moment.
I thought
Intro this video!
I thought we were going the same way we went yesterday.
We're going straight into the bowels of hell, it looks like, with all these signs. If you want to see the latest, click on the left right here. If you feel like subscribing, click on the right, my dear. And if you think we're funny enough to send us money, click the Patreon